Welcome, fans, to the Pro Wrestling Report Express. It is Q&A. Did you take your obnoxious pills this week?
I'm all sugared up. Let's go! Bam!
It's your emails, which you can send to us at pwrshow.com. We'll read them on this program. And actually, so many emails, we're going to do another episode early next week, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
PWR Express Q&A. Let's start with an email from Adam Turek. If you had to add new members to DX from any wrestling company at present so they could carry on from Triple H and Shawn Michaels, who would they be?
Shark Boy. And Curry Man.
Boy, that's a good question.
Let me go on. I'm tired of watching two grown men acting like idiots when they really don't have to, as HBK is still over with the fans no matter what, and Triple H can just put pen to paper and get any title shot he wants. That from Adam Turek.
You know, I'd put Mr. Kennedy.
Kennedy!
in
Oh!
DX.
Oh, no. No.
When we say his name, we say it with a bullhorn.
Mr. Kennedy!
Anderson.
You like that call? Kennedy, DX? Not that.
I
They
still
would let
think
him in.
I still think he's youthful enough for it to work.
And he's entertaining. He's funny, haha.
Johnny's just funny.
Johnny Sons sends this in. With everything that happens in wrestling over the last 2 decades, I can't say it won't happen, but just think of it as a serious, bizarre twist of fate, or Vince McMahon goes broke or something crazy. What do you think will happen if TNA bought WWE? Do you think there would still be a Raw, SmackDown, and ECW? And what about the talents? I mean, if you think about WCW was sold, and if WWE went bankrupt,
I think dogs and cats would be living together.
Dixie could definitely buy it. She's worth a lot of money.
No. Her daddy's worth a lot of money. Boy, you know what? I think that if
That'd be a good wedding for you, Damien.
If
Because if her daddy's got all the money, you
went
guys
out-
could have a good one.
WWE went out, that'd be the end of wrestling. Be over.
That we know of. I mean, there'd
Well,
be
okay,
your
well, think
small
about it.
underground.
You know, Vince McMahon's been in business for how long?
He bought the business in the early
82.
80s. Yeah.
Okay. How long has TNA been in business?
7 years.
2002.
Okay. Look at Vince's track record. He may not be, the nicest guy in the world to everybody,
I went out and I bought my competition.
but he's never had owners sleeping with ex-wives. If he did, you never heard about
He
it.
did go up against the government
And won.
and won.
Government.
I mean, he's
I'm
been able to
not
keep
being-
everything pretty tight. TNA hasn't done that yet.
Yet.
Here's a comparison that I thought of the other day. WCW saw its rise in 1995, Mall of America Nitro Lex Luger. It fell in 2001. TNA's been around longer than the most successful period of WCW.
And still
Interesting
building.
perspective. Yeah, and still building. Interesting thing that I thought about. Just,
Must have that
the other
chicken
day.
still sitting in your stomach from catering.
They have chicken at their catering?
Only he knows.
Chuck sends this in. Do you guys think it would be a good idea for TNA to put Jim Mitchell in the Abyss storyline?
Well, Jim Mitchell really didn't do much for Abyss when he was around the last time. Not that I don't like.
He did a lot for Abyss.
He was his mouthpiece.
At the beginning.
He was.
The
But
end got a little
did you
goofy.
care about Abyss?
But who watched TNA back then?
That is true. That
So
was back when I was hating.
maybe.
That's when you had to pay to watch it every Wednesday.
Right.
And then
So maybe
and
I
then
guess.
it's on Fridays in the afternoons.
Yeah. So
That
maybe
damn ticker.
the ticker was Mark Mannon's idea, which WWE uses now. Maybe it is time for Father James Mitchell to come back in. But what could he add?
Brandon sends this in. Hi, sorry if I'm sorry. Brandon says, hi, sorry I asked a question, but I'd like this also to air. Clearly I should have edited that out. One of the viewers commented on TNA's acquisition of old WWE talent. Meathead pointed out that their ratings have grown. Though that is true, it is easier for a small company to grow more percentage-wise than a big one. However, my question is, with the money TNA is paying for the big names they've acquired, and without the official statements from TNA, how do you think they're doing financially?
How much did they lose, Dave Hero?
Well, they've
according to
lost $30
Sunday?
million over the past couple of years, but believe it or not, their house shows have been profitable.
But let's put it in perspective. And no, this isn't me. Yes, screw it. This is me defending TNA. Any startup company is set to lose money when it starts.
Absolutely.
4
You
years.
plan to lose money, which is why you have to plan for 6 or 7 years out. Now, I don't know. Nobody knows what their real financial situation is because they're not a publicly traded company and they can absorb
But their
losses
business
or
model was
profits
set
or
up
what have you.
to absorb
But
losses.
any startup company, especially big ones, you're going to lose money due to your initial investments and part of your growth strategy. The problem becomes when you plan to start making money. If you're not making that money, that's when things become a bit of a problem.
TNA will start making money now that Don West is doing the merchandising, because that's been
Yeah.
lax for the longest time.
Dave Hero has mentioned many, many times, hey, you know what I saw on pay-per-view tonight? New merchandise.
It's important.
You're right.
You know?
Well, tell the world. You used to run a store.
I used to run a store. It's all about the merchandise. It's
And
all
what
about
has to be on the
t-shirts.
shirts? Something has to be on the front
And the back.
and the back.
Yeah. Coming and going. I mean, think about it. Steve Austin.
You're right.
No, listen.
Coming
Steve
and going.
Austin was making $20 million a year. You know,
And most of it was
for
merch.
4 straight years.
Yeah.
And probably 70% of that was his
Merchandise. I mean, because how often did he come out with
Why
a
do you
new
think
shirt?
Kevin Nash has a new T-shirt right now?
Because he wants more
He
money.
wants to make more money.
Money, money.
Yeah.
Money, money. Andre Parker sends this in. If all these matches were announced to be for this year's Bound for Glory, which one would you want to see the most? First, Jeff Jarrett versus Eric Young. Hernandez versus Matt Morgan. Abyss versus Mick Foley. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. Or Kurt Angle versus Bobby Lashley.
It's Kurt Angle versus Bobby Lashley. That's
That-
money.
That's the money match.
That's the one
That-
that,
that
you two
one-
would like to see
That
over the
one is
rest of them.
Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Hope there's not a moonsault involved.
Ooh.
Yeah.
An ill-advised moonsault.
Graham Williams says, in reference to last week's show that we did, talking about the breakout stars of 2010, the TNA stars for 2010 for me are, number 1, Bobby Lashley, due to his crossover appeal between wrestling and MMA, more so than the matches and promos he can deliver. Number 2, Motor City Machine Gun. Sabin and Shelley will hopefully finally be given extended time in their title picture rather than the somewhat stale Team 3D. Somewhat stale. It's an interesting way of putting that. Combined with runs against Beer Money, MCMG would be major players, I feel.
They combined got the runs? How did you say that?
Are you tired of Team 3D? I am. I've had enough.
Dave, how do you feel about Team 3D? Because sometimes I feel you're holding back.
No. I just think they've served their purpose.
I was thinking about this on Impact last week, or watching Impact last week. I think they still add to the overall package. I think that they are...
They're a
still-
recognizable house name.
Well, I think so, because they've been with TNA for so long, and I don't even remember, when did they join? 2005, 6, maybe earlier?
You think they're a household name, Team 3D?
In the tag team
I think
division.
they're recognizable across the wrestling community.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you that. Household name? Not yet.
Jonathan McCumber says, every once in a while, people will send emails blasting TNA as well as the wrestlers for only pushing former WWE wrestlers. I don't see them as WWE wrestlers, but independent wrestlers contracting their talent to a certain company, and once their services are no longer needed, they shop them elsewhere. Wrestling is their profession, and what else are they going to do after they work for WWE but shop around their talent? And who's to blame them for going to the up-and-coming TNA?
Work at a deli.
Well, they could be a chef.
Mhm.
No, I mean, yeah, but the problem with TNA, though, is that they do only push guys that come in from New York. Well, that's what they do. Bobby Lashley, Mick Foley, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Scott Steiner,
Mr.
Kurt
Anderson.
Angle, Mr. Anderson.
I need somebody to
the
get in here
Dudley
and push
Boys.
these papers for me. Tomorrow night, it's PWR Prime Time. Make sure you check it out. We're going to talk more about the Kurt Angle situation. We're going to talk about Don West's replacement in the commentary team in TNA. And we're also going to preview WWE SummerSlam along with... You are so predictable. And that doesn't even make it more painless. More painless? Make it painless. We will be doing that show tomorrow night. We'll preview SummerSlam and go match by match on that as well. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, I was thinking about that right there. Why don't you just go ahead? I'm not that predictable.
My fantasy pay-per-view is up now.
Oh, that
At
weak-ass
PWR
pay-per-view
show.
that you keep losing.
We'll let the fans decide.
They do every
Wait,
time.
Wait. So the fans decide? There's like a court or
It's a
anything
vote.
that decides?
It's the court of public opinion.
No. It's
We'll do it live!
That's not what
Screw it! We'll do it live!
It's a gimmick. Where's my T-shirt?